Well folks, I've got the camera balanced on the chair. Set a slack liner tucked behind the groin. I'm down here on the South Coast beach. I'm the only person I can see up and down the beach. I'm not surprised. I was going fishing with Wayne in the boat today, but it was a shocking forecast. I thought, you know what, I'll have a drive down and fish what I call 3 up, 3 down. So high tide is about 7, so I'm figuring, let's move that down a bit before it gets blown off the chair. 4 in the afternoon, which is just gone about 10 past 4. I might fish till 3 up, 2 down, you know, so about 9 o'clock. I haven't got much bait, I've only got half a pound. It doesn't seem like half a pound, but especially the paper's all split and they're getting out. So that little checker bass was like first cast. There's so much weed on the beach, all this stuff. I cannot tell you, from the big storms we've had. It's eroded up the top, as you've seen. I've got to turn around the other way, people, because when it's rough like this is when you could get bass. It is known for bass. I wish I bought bigger baits. I thought it would be a lot calmer than this, but I left the camera up there, it's ripping. So it is what it is. I only got the 2 rods out at the moment. It's what most people fish with anyway, but I'd like to chuck that spinning rod out as a sort of bonus. To me, I wish I bought some whole mackerel with me, but it is what it is. I'll have to go with what I've got. Hopefully I might get whiting in the dark. Outside chance, and I mean outside of this planet chance of a cod. Small cod, you know, codling would be nice. That'd be the icing on the cake, but I know that's a sort of blank really. So I might just chuck a sand eel out. I've got some old in and out the freezer 2 or 3 times sand eels. They've sort of gone orange really. My worms here are escaping through the paper because the lady didn't wrap them up enough, which is not good at 17 pounds a pound. And luckily I only got half a pound, but because if we start getting chewed by the small fish I might get eaten off. I was going to have a bonfire, not going to bother to cook up, just got sandwiches. It is what it is. It's just getting a little session in. If I could get a few more bass, I'm going to put that just there. If I get a few more bass I'll be happy, and whiting will be nice as well. Big surf on the bar, so the tide's coming in. And I just happened to see when I was sorting the other rod. I thought, I'm sure that was a bite. But you have to be careful in conditions like this, because this is when you get a slack liner in the rough weather, and that could be a decent big fish that's dislodged the lead. I can have a fabulous, hopefully, sunset over there. It might drop into the clouds, but it was beautiful just now. So at the moment I hope I'm fishing over the back of the weed. Most of the weed I can see in the water is getting tumbled in the wave line. So if I get anything decent, I'm going to possibly lose it in a big clump of weed. I'm trying to keep the rods high. I've got the plastic bag with the weights in it, you know, the stones in it, trying to hold the tripod down in case I get a real keel over with weed. Not fish, that won't be a big fish, I know. I've only got tiny small hooks. But listen, little checker bass, it's a start. It shows you there's fish out there feeding. I think I'm going to throw that. I think I'll throw that sand eel out. The lady just didn't wrap them up in enough paper. What am I going to do? And I didn't bring a hand wipe in the rush as well. Happy days. I put them in that plastic bag. Don't like keeping them in plastic, but I've no choice, have I really? I've looked all up and down the beach for any limpets, which you're not supposed to use. It's supposed to be under threat of death. If you've even seen looking at one, we used to use them as kids, and after a storm you would catch bass, flounders, that sort of thing. But that's 60 years ago, not now. And I can't even believe I haven't seen any. I know there's loads down Langston Harbour end on the this side of the island, like the east side of the island. They get washed up there. But you just don't seem to, it's empty shells, don't seem to find many here with any occupants in them. I've only got a 4-ounce grip on there, as you can see. Pulley panel, 2 hooks. The mankiest sand I've had for a long time. Do you know what? I'm just going to throw it out. Hopefully it doesn't get tangled. Sometimes with a flowing trace in rough conditions like this, it can wrap up and come back in a ball. I don't see any tappy little bites. Over we go. Yeah. That's close. The weed in there. I don't use a shock leader on the spinning rod because it's got a 50-pound braid straight through. I'm going to have to move this back in a minute. Right people, rough weather, a big blow and bigger bass. That's a better fish. And I've had bites on the other rod as well. I thought maybe there might be whiting. Listen, I don't mind coming out in the wind, I don't enjoy it. It's cold, it's windy, I'm the only one here. If I'm catching fish like this, happy days. I've got nearly all my bait back as well. Say no more. Let's get him back. Ouch! Oh, yeah. Come on then. Spike me. The thing is, I'm really stuck for filming because I've got the camera down low just behind the groin. Up here, you know, the breakwater is tapered, so I can't, there's no way I'm going to be in the wind, so I'll have to do voiceover or something like that. The thing is with bass like this, and I've missed plenty, don't worry, I've missed over the years plenty. You really need to be close to the rods and almost waiting for the bite, because it's bang, 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 gone. Whereas something like a cod, those rare creatures years ago, when we, this time of year, what's the month, November, when I went cod fishing, that was the time. They pick it up, rod will pull over, a couple of bangs, they dislodge the grip lead, they pick it up, you know, black plug, squid, black plug and squid, whatever, move off with it, and pretty well hook themselves. But if they came towards you, if you had tension in the rod like this, they bump the lead towards you, you get what we call a drop back, slack liner, and they would, you know, you have to run down, wind as fast as you can to take the slack up to get tight to the cod. And that was what they did years ago. But the bass, I think they're just moving faster. They're sort of hit and run tactics, if that makes sense. So even where I'm sitting here now, I'm doing this just to film for you guys. You can see the camera when I move my hand sort of judders, you know, because the camera can't cope with a low light. To sit dead still, it should be okay. I'm assuming the sound's all right. It's right down behind the groin. I've moved back up. Put a whole sand eel, there was nothing when I brought it in on the spinning rod, so whether the crabs have had it or not, I don't know. Probably going to move my chair over there closer, but I won't be able to move the camera because you're going to get the wind. Don't think I've got many worms to stay too long. It didn't seem like half a pound there. They're all falling out the paper. Kind of surprised, to be honest. This is again peak time this month, November, December time. Only early November as I do this. Whiting, you'd normally get whiting as it gets dark. No whiting yet, so what's happened to them? I don't know. Are they going to come later on? It's been dark about, it doesn't look it with this camera, it is dark. 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. I think I'm going to move my chair over there in case I, you know, see another bass bite. See what's happening here. Look, the worm's getting chewed off. I've got a nice half section of sand eel there. It's not chewed, not anything. It's weird. But they definitely seem to want the worms and not the sand eel. That woman's really messed up these worms. Not putting them in the right paper. I mean, that's, look. Shouldn't really be selling those, that's not a good worm at all. Especially at that price, this one's just dead. Or this one on the hook. That's next to useless. What a shame. Pay good money for that. Thing is, if you get a good worm supply, it pays to stick with them, doesn't it? You know, they give you good worms, they give the anglers decent bait. Come on, just one more fish, not a lot to ask. Here you drive all this way, 50 miles I live from the sea. Not like I've got some local just up the road can pop out when I fancy, when the conditions are right. But I'm at least out here. I know nobody else is out here. I've had a couple of bass. It's not bitingly cold. That's about the worst worms I've ever had. If there was half a pound there, it's a shame. Right, let's get this one out. Stop whinging, Graeme. There's always hope. switch this off. Got the gloves on, look. And that was holding the rod because I'm getting so many bangs that I'm missing. And it's annoying because look how this fish is hooked. And that's a nice bass. But turn it around the other way, look. He's just hanging on the edge. I said put him on the beach, that's why you got sand on it. But that's a nice fish, gonna put him back. But still, just goes to show exactly what I said. They're just nipping at it. Grab it, bang, go. If you're not holding a rod, you're gonna miss them. Right, let's get this guy back. That's the best one so far. Yeah. There we go. A cracker, as we say. Well, you know, you could say, oh yeah, well done, Graeme, I'll settle for 3 bass. They're schoolies, that's all they are. But the trouble is, when you settle for 3 bass, you want a 4th one, don't you? I don't understand why there's no white in there. That's beyond me. This time of year, it shows you how freaky things are that are changing. I think those bluefin tuna have eaten them all, and I do think they are absolutely decimating our inshore stocks, the old bluefin. It's just an eating machine. So, what I was doing, I turned the lights off, I sit the other side and I can see the rods against, just barely against the sky, so I can see it move. By the time I jump out of the chair, it's gone. And that last bass I caught, I took it out of the rod rest and the tripod, and I held it in my hand and touched it as I would do if I was on a river farm or something like that. And then give it a little bit of slack, don't pull the rod right over the time, just pull it over and then just ease a little bit of slack in it. And as they pull away, I can strike, and that's how I set the hook on that one. And you saw it's just hanging there. And, I mean, look, I should be sitting here holding a rod really, but I know if I hold the right hand rod, the left hand rod will go. If I hold the left hand rod, the right hand rod will go. The middle one's got to take his own chance. Some of that's weed as well. I've got an hour, I think, before high water, so I might have to move my gear up a bit. Might just get away with not putting my beach buddy thing up there. At the moment I'm so wrapped up, you know, it doesn't matter anyway. I think I could go up Everest dressed like this, I've got so much stuff on. I was going to have a cook-up, I was going to have a bonfire. I just thought, you know what, I've rushed so much today, mowing about an acre long, I'm knackered. I thought I just want to go fishing. It's the old flask of tea and sandwiches. Well, I'm cowering behind the breakwater. And I use the word cowering advisedly because I have been cowed. I have been cowed down. The reason being, I saw a head torch, bright head torch, come about 2 groins down. Oh, that's unusual, another guy's coming out. By the way, it's just coming up to 7 o'clock, so it's top of the tide. I could be okay sitting here. I won't have to go moving up and down anymore. And I'll fish 2 hours down subject to the bait. So see the digression I get, that's old age. So I watch the head torch up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, normally you see the same motions. The head torch goes down, baiting up. head torch comes up and then walks down to the water's edge, and then you see the head go like this because it follows the lead out. They cast out. Then it goes all the way back, and then you pick up the tripod and you see them putting it up, and then sometimes the torch goes out, sometimes they use night lights. But this torch kept coming towards me, and I saw it come up and over. I thought, oh, I got it wrong, it's 2 groins down, it's further away than I thought, 2 great waters away. Next thing I know, I saw this glowing blue and purple light that came over the top of the breakwater, 100 yards away. I thought, wow, that's weird, what's that? Maybe the guy's put his rod over this side. So I had no lights on like this, it's in pitch black. So I saw the white head torch, that came up over as well, so I thought, that's some weird arse light, what is that doing? So it kept coming, going up and down the beach, weaving around, comes right quite close to me. It's a bull mastiff the size of a Shetland pony. Now bearing in mind I'm sitting on the beach, right, and I smell a fish and bait, so he's zoning in on me, the wind's going that way. As it gets quite close I thought, what the hell is that thing? I clicked my head torch on like this. You can imagine the look on my face. Holy sheep! Because the dog on the other side has smelt all my bait here, but didn't know there's somebody sitting quiet, an old man. So the dog's gone like this, but it's this big. And then it starts snorting and like this, and coughing and wheezing and everything. And I'm going, Jesus H, and I'm coughing and wheezing, but not from my nose or mouth, from another area. Don't bite, Uncle Graeme. Luckily, the lady had a whistle, blew the whistle, and I came back. Bull Mastiff came back, but I'm telling you, that was so spooky when I clicked it on, because the light's only this big round his collar. It was one of those special night light things they put around so they don't lose their dog. But when I put my head torch on straight in his face, his eyes came up like green or red or something like that. He must have thought the same with me, gone, oh, what is that man doing there? Especially with his hat. I probably looked, if I did like this. If I did like this, he'd think that's my ears, wouldn't he? He'd think I'm a female bull mastiff. Well, that could have been really bad. Get off me, bloody dog. Oh dear, it's amazing how you can have a good laugh when you're on your own. The rods are still there. No nibbles, no bites, no bangs. I'm hopeful of another one, people. Well, you've had a little story there anyway, but it was still scary. I've got to stain this chair, have I? No. Lost it. That's a really big fish. That was a good fish. Lost it. Here we go, people. That's another small bass. I've missed some more. It's just banging it. Small one. We know it's a small one, but this one's actually got hold of it properly. But that was a good fish I lost before. It's a shame. That was probably a 4 or 5 pound fish. It felt. Anyway, kick it in the surf. We'll get this one back if we can. Yes, we're just about to do a bit to camera. Let's turn that light down a bit for you. I was just going to do a talk saying how quiet it's got with the turn of the tide, because it is now going out. I'm going to hook my pocket. How can I hook my pocket with another hook? And it is indeed another bass. It's these or nothing. It seems there's no whiting out there at all, but I mean, listen, when you're catching bass like this, it makes up for all the whiting in the world. Number 5. I've got barely any worms left. Good session, huh? Finally. Finally something different. Looks like he took a sand eel, a ragworm wrap, a giant conger. Not a decent eel, look, nevertheless, it's a good eel. Happy enough with that one. Listen, I don't catch too many off the South Coast beaches. Normally down Somerset get these green eels, so this one's quite a light coloured one. I'm going to call him a baby conger. He might even be a baby conger. The size of his jaws. What do you think, guys? I reckon it might just be a little conger eel, that one. Get hold of him. Sensible not bringing any rag. I've got him off and now I've got to get him back. Well, different species, people. Not the whiting I thought I'd get. There's a pouty flicking all over the lens. Really good cod bait. That is about as good as you can get for cod bait. Or bass, big bass, 8-pound bass. Would post that straight down his tum-tum. I'm going to let him go. So, good session. I have one more cast of worms left, and that is it. Oh my God, the rod's out of the rest. Oh my God. Ha 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 ha. Fortune favours the brave. I'm trying to get hold of it so I don't get spiked. There we go, people. Feast your eyes on a proper bass. Look at that one then. That is a beaut. That could one, that's well sizable. That could be home in time for tea, that kiddie. If we get him unhooked. He's just nicked. The hook fell out. Oh my God. Got a really good fight. There we go. I mean, I was due, wasn't I? I was due. I was just casting the last worm out. I've got to chuck it back, guys. I feel really bad not keeping this because I wanted to do a catch and cook with a bass. I'm going to put it back. It's a spanking fish. That's one of the biggest I caught from the shore for the last year, I should think. Let's get it back. Let's get it back. Don't have to kill them all. Look at that one there. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Well, the last bait went out. I got the spinning rod and chucked it over the other side of the groin, leaned against the groin. Thought, game over. You can tell by the twitching on the weed. No, it's not game over. It's another one of these chappies. Got his fin up as well. Well, what a session. I think that's 7 bass. Have I had 7 bass now? You guys count. You keep counting there. And wait for this. Everyone is going back. That other one was very, 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 very lucky. But there we go. What a session. Brilliant. Now I've got to wind in and pack up. I'm so late, it's ridiculous. It's so late, the wife thinks I'm coming back next year. Well, believe it or not, people, I'm still getting bites on really manky, gobby, green, juicy, slimy bits of worm. That is it. I have no more. So thanks for watching this show. I've really, really enjoyed this one, and that nice big bass really made, well, it's made the night. It's not even a night. It's 9 o'clock in the evening. I picked the right tide. I got lucky. It was a blow. We've had storms. I thought, Oh, to read my own books, it says go fishing after the storm, Graeme, before it calms down too much. I did think that weed would be too much for me. I've been very lucky I'm getting no weed. It must be up here. I've got to check those rods. I've just missed another hammering bite as I'm packing up. So we'll see you next time. Watch TA Fishing, TA Outdoors, and hopefully, well, if I go beach fishing again, boy, I hope it's half as good as this one. See you next time. Watching those rods till the last second.